My definition of selling is this, very simply. To me, the art of selling is nothing more than taking an idea, planting it in your customer's brain, and making them feel like they thought of it. Don't you agree? We'll get to the manipulative part of it a little bit later, all right? The compliance guy comes up after me. He'll fix whatever I've messed up. Taking an idea, putting it in your customer's brain, and making them feel like they thought of it. What happened to us? Why don't we do that anymore?
Why don't we? Rob Jolles, the power of persuasion, redefining influence, reversing conventional practices, changing the approach, the focus, the entire process of selling. How? By following the customer's lead.
Customer-centered selling means to me that if we can track the way this customer thinks, and we can track their 3 decision points, and the 8 moves that they're going to make, then let's follow their wheel for a change. Let's choose our tactics based on where the customer is. No humanitarian efforts. Let's just try and stay in sync with the customer. I think we should be done dropping multiple sales ideas on you and telling you to sell. Let's start with where he or she is and line up the appropriate tactic.
Rob Jolles is an expert on tactics that lead from persuasion to sales. He offers a wealth of experience, both training and selling for over 20 years. Senior sales training consultant for Xerox, former sales trainer for New York Life, currently president of Jolles Associates, an independent training consulting firm. Rob Jolles, training the sales trainers, sharing persuasive strategies.
Folks, needs-based selling, that concept, and that's the way I was originally trained to sell, it's over. It doesn't work. It had a wonderful shelf life until we started looking at the way people buy. People don't just walk in and have needs. Needs don't fall from heaven. The problem shapes the need.
Repeatable, predictable stages.
Think to yourselves right now, what measurement, what process are you following right now other than this is what I sold last year? I want a repeatable, predictable swing. And you see, I believe customers do go through repeatable, predictable steps, and I'll prove it to you. If you get one thing out of this hour from me, get this stage right here. This acknowledged stage says this, and you have to earn the right to even hear it. It says, okay, I'm not 100% happy with the way I'm doing things, but I don't want to do anything about it. In other words, it hurts, but doesn't hurt that badly. All right, welcome to the world of selling. 79 to 80% of the customers in your industry are telling me this. No, I don't really like the way I have it done, and no, I don't want to do anything about it. You see, there's a line in the sand right there. It's called the fix, don't fix line. It's the first decision point a customer goes through. And they'll peer over it, and they'll look at it a little bit, but they won't do anything. So when you hear what you think is a buying signal with, yeah, I got hammered on the NASDAQ, and my little hobby is not doing so well, good. Well, let me show you a few solutions to that. You're making a big mistake. Because what they're really saying is, well, I'm not that upset about it. I mean, it seems to be rebounding a little bit. Here's that line in the sand. And people jump all over that line. People don't fix small problems. They fix big problems. Again, they don't fix small problems. They fix big problems. Our job is to either, and I don't like this one, wait till it becomes a big problem or have a conversation about it. The acknowledged stage is big.
Get them to talk.
The more the customer talks, the more they like you. Agreed? Absolutely. Let's open them up. Open questions are questions that cannot be answered with a yes or no. As basic as that sounds, rededicate yourself to learning that principle. Open probes. Target your first words. Words like what, how, why, tell, describe. If you're from the West Coast, share. They all work. They're fun.
A firm believer in audience interaction, Rob Jolles delivers not only substance, but a great deal of fun.
These are your tools, and I'm Rob. Hi, Steve. All right? You might even win something. You never know, but you might not. Depends on how far. Anyway, up to now, no is right. Excellent. And you're picking up my cues well, too. Okay. Let's get back over here. Oh, my. All right. Well, Steve has just lost his free gift. Yeah. Let's try that again. This time, I meant darker, not larger. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh. what kind of car were you driving? And we'll put it over here. Now, we're going to put more than 6 words on here, so small up on me here. So the answer to the question, you know, and it's, I got all day, is it wasn't big enough, right, Ron? That's all. Did you buy another convertible? How come?
They're not big enough.
Oh, I'm coming right over there. No, I'm a professional.
Rob reaches his audiences in more ways than one. On the internet, his web-based simulator provides interactive reinforcement of strategies and tactics from Rob's presentations. His book, Customer-Centered Selling, 8 Weeks, is #1 on the business bestseller list. How to run seminars and workshops, presentation skills for consultants, trainers, and teachers, now in its 2nd edition. Rob's highly regarded articles appear in a multitude of business publications.
How many of you have ever read the book, Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus? Or had it read to you? Sorry. Okay. It's cheap shot. My mistake. I'm projecting. That was me. I had it preached to me. And all I can tell you, for those of you who haven't read the book, and this is not my work, this is Gray's work, but it just talks about some similarities between the way men behave and the way women behave. And I was listening very attentively, of course, to my wife explaining and reading all the different things, and through one ear and out the other. But I'll tell you when I started listening. When she got to the chapter about Mr. Fix-It, and she said about how the Martians, men, have a tendency to want to fix things all the time. Bring us a problem, we'll fix it. We're genetically programmed. It's fine. Women typically, just typically, I know they have exceptions, like to talk about it a little bit more. That's okay too. Very foreign to us, but for God's sakes, why? But all right. All I can tell you, my wife is an art teacher. She came back and I saw the light. All I can tell you, she came back, she said, I'm having problems with this student and the principal doesn't help, and I keep asking, and I go, 1, take the student out in the hallway, just threaten a phone call home, and 2, you start keeping a paper trail on that principal. He'll support you. Anything else? No. In which case, you've been there, huh? In which case I got banged in the head and I heard these famous words, I didn't bring it up for you to fix it. I brought it up because I want to talk about it. All I can see, my skin crawls to this day. How foreign, but then again, we know, well, we guess we're going to talk about it. It's going to be a long night here. Share with me more about the kid. Fact is, why aren't we doing that more?
Rob's powerful presentations win high marks from companies and organizations all over the world. Whether it's a keynote, a workshop, or a seminar, Rob Jolles is always a half a step ahead of his audience. Each speech is customized specifically for the client, as Rob motivates and instructs using practical, progressive, and persuasive tactics. Tactics that redefine influence.